Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday. How is everybody? It's time to get real. We're ready. I know it. All right. So, good morning. Um, it is Monday, and I woke up today. I don't even know how to describe how I was feeling today. I wouldn't say depressed. I wouldn't say upset. I wouldn't say overwhelmed. I wouldn't say blah. Um, Maybe defeated. Okay, maybe that's just it. Maybe I woke up today feeling a little bit defeated. And the reason was because once again, as in so many Mondays in my past, uh, I've gotten up feeling, fat, and like I overate and overdrank and overindulged, and like I just have this overwhelming problem of not being able to control my eating. And I don't know if you've ever felt that way. Do you feel like my dog come on, Daddy. Come on, let's go outside. Come on. Otherwise, you're just gonna stand there and scratch me. Um, Having this and just feeling defeated, like, how is it after 26 years, after I just told this, fabulous weight loss story of mine and weight maintenance and blah, 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 blah. How is it that I still wake up on Mondays, sometimes, not always, feeling as if I still can't control my eating, knowing that I overdid it over the weekend, usually, and um, gained weight, and I can feel it. I don't need a scale to know that. We talked about that. And thinking, wow, I think I have to go back to tracking and writing everything down. How is it after so long, Dawn, you don't know not to do this? And you're just so weak for having to still rely on these behaviors of writing everything down so that you don't eat too much. It's kind of crazy and kind of ridiculous. Well, in all actuality, it's not. And here's the reason I say that. It's because if you have a problem, let's just say overeating for some of us, for a lot of us, if you have this problem of overeating, it will always be a potential problem. It will always be a potential problem. There will always be potential opportunity, maybe even likelihood, possibility that you will overeat at any given time. Okay. And substitute overeat with anything that you overdo. Okay. Um, so there's always that potential problem, but it only becomes an actual problem, a problem that has to be managed when you participate in that problem. And that was kind of prompted by a quote I read today. It says, sometimes the easiest way to solve a problem is to stop participating in the problem. So why did I wake up feeling defeated this morning? Because I participated in my problem over the weekend. I was an active participant in overeating and, yeah, I'm going to say over drinking. I was an active participant in that, and I woke up today having to manage that because I participated in it. And so, whether it's whatever your problems are, and burdens, crosses to bear, burdens to carry. They're your problems because you created those. All right. It's what it is. My problem is my problem because I created it. My problem is my problem because I participated in it. And my problem is my problem to be managed because I continue to participate in it periodically. Now, does this problem have to be, managed and controlled, and is it always an issue, and do I always feel just so put upon and overwhelmed with trying to manage this? No, because I don't always participate in that problem of overeating. Only when that happens, and typically happens continuously for a short period of time, long period of time, that's when I have to fall back on some of those behaviors that I initiated in the beginning of my weight loss, counting calories, counting, writing everything down, weighing and measuring my foods, things like that. Okay, so you have to ask yourself this question today. Are you participating in your problem? Now, your problem could be overeating. Your problem could be over drinking. Your problem could be over exercising. Your problem could be overreacting. Your problem could be overthinking. Your problem could be overcompensating. Your problem could be overspending. Your problem could be overanalyzing. Your problem could be over anything. Okay? So, eating, drinking, exercising, reacting, thinking, compensating, spending, and analyzing, none of those are problems until we overdo it. And that is when you will notice you are participating in your problem. So, how do you know? How do you know that you're participating in your problem? So I heard this morning on a podcast that I was listening to by Ed Milet. That's been my new favorite one lately. And I think it's called Max Out. He said, how do you know if you're participating in your problem? This wasn't his focus today, but it's kind of what I am taking out of what I heard today. And what's the word? Using it for our purposes here. But he said, turn the sound off to your life. If you were to make a movie of your life and you were to turn the sound off, you couldn't hear yourself do this. Talk, 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 talk. And you only focused on what you could see, all right, on actual action, on the actual moving or motion picture of your life with no sound, what would you see? Would you see yourself taking action? Would you see yourself not participating in your problem? Or would you see yourself doing all the things that you know you shouldn't, being an active participant in your problem, and therefore that's the reason that you have your problem? So think about it. If you're one that says, I'm exercising, I'm doing everything right, I'm eating pretty good most of the time, but you turn the sound off and you can't hear yourself talking, and all you see is walking up and down the stairs 2 or 3 times a day, saying that's your exercise, then going to sit on the couch for 23 hours out of, for the rest of the day, 23 and a half hours, and then starting with eating, fruits and vegetables, but ending with eating a bag of Doritos and cookies. If that's what you can see, if that's the action you're taking, then you're participating in your problem. If you're saying to yourself, I don't know, no, okay, let's do spending. I don't spend that much money. I've gotten a lot better. No, I don't know why I'm in debt. I hardly ever spend anything. You turn the sound off to that and you watch yourself buy everything just because it's on sale. Well, it was on sale and I needed 67 of these, pairs of shoes because they were on sale. I bought it just because it was a good deal. I just got it from the flea market. It was no big deal. It wasn't that much money. And you see yourself, getting packages from Amazon daily and not making your car payments because you don't, or maybe making just the minimum payment on your credit cards or something like that. You're going to see yourself participating in your problem as opposed to just saying that you're not. And so, how do you overcome that? Okay. Well, I think you need to develop self-confidence. And that's another thing that he talked about this morning was developing self-confidence. And he says the self-confidence is keeping promises you make to yourself. Keeping promises you make to yourself. So are you promising yourself, let's just take January 1st, for example. I am going to start some kind of health and fitness routine and I am going to stick with it. Well, what's today? January 11th? Are you already done? You're already over it? I don't want to be on this diet anymore. I don't have time to work out. COVID is making it too hard for me. Blah, 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 blah. Are you making excuses already of why you cannot follow through? All you're doing is defeating every bit of self-confidence that you could potentially be creating. So if you tell yourself that you're going to do something, if you say to yourself, I'm getting up at 5 a.m. and I am going to work out, then you best get up at 5 a.m. and go work out. Or all you're doing is lying to yourself and you're creating no self-confidence. You'll never believe anything you say to yourself. I don't care if other people believe you. I don't care if other people believe me. What I care about is if I believe me, if I create self-confidence in myself that I am going to follow through doing what I say I'm going to do. And I can only do that through action and proof by turning the sound off to my life, taking action, and proving it to myself. So, how do you do that? How do you overcome these potential problems? And I'm not even going to say overcome, because I think for me, overeating will always be a problem, always. It's just going to be sometimes a potential problem, which doesn't affect me at all. Sometimes an actual problem because I'm participating in that problem of overeating. And so, how do you manage these problems that you have or have created in your life? First of all, you decide. You decide, you plan, you act, you follow through, you persist. Those are the 5 steps. You decide you're going to make a difference, and then you take action, and then you make a plan in order to do that. I decide I'm going to lose weight. I make a plan to, start, join the gym and start Weight Watchers. I then act on that plan. Okay. I then follow through and prove to myself that I'm going to do it and create that self-confidence. And then I continue, I persist over and over and over again, even if I'm participating in that problem periodically. Decide, plan, act, follow through, persist. That is how you manage all of these problems that we've created that are kind of roadblocks to whatever this real life that we are trying to achieve. So remember what that real is stands for: relating, eating and exercise, achieving, and loving yourself. There are things that are going to be in your way, and typically it's because you're participating in the things that will stand in your way. So make a different choice today. That's what I want your action step to be for today, for 24 hours, for 24 short hours until 9:34 tomorrow morning. Do not be an active participant in whatever your problem is, whatever your over problem is. Remember, overeating, over drinking, over exercise, overreacting, overthinking, overcompensating, overspending, overanalyzing, over whatever. Do not be an active participant in that problem. Okay? 24 hours. Redirect those energies. You can take that energy that you would typically invest in participating into that problem into either A, figuring out what the solution is, or B, participating in the actual solution, which again is just that plan with that follow through. Okay, so that's what I want your action step to be for today. Is to, for 24 hours, not be an active participant in your problem, because I promise you, you will wake up with a completely different feel tomorrow morning, and you're going to take that beginning, that little seed of self-confidence, and you're going to water it, feed it, nurture it, grow it until there is no stopping you. Okay? That's the plan. See you tomorrow. Thanks for listening. Peace.